Yo, what up? It's your boy 410 back in the building. Appreciate everybody from coming out from Friday reviews and album releases. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I know everybody preparing for the holiday coming up, but I gotta come with y'all with the hot topics for Monday. Let y'all know what's going on, taking place in hip hop culture. So before we do that, first thing I need everybody to do, if you already haven't done it, is to go to that page, 410 Josh, hip hop underscore 4123. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment. If you haven't looked at the videos and seen what I've already done this far, go back and check it out. Hit me in the inbox. We can chop it up. You got any ideas, new music, or any suggestions you want to bring to the table? I'm all open to hear. So right before we get into Hot Topic Monday, I got to first thank all my subscribers and supporters, people that have shared the videos, shared, subscribe, comment. I really thank y'all and appreciate y'all support because just this past weekend, my YouTube analytics came out and that in just 30 days, we've gotten from the U.S. to having an audience in India and an audience in Russia. And that is really, really big because I'm still really at the beginning stages. So for within 30 days to have an audience go from the United States to India to Russia, that's pretty big. And that's, so I really want to thank all my subscribers and supporters for y'all help and for y'all support. I really appreciate it. And, I'm going to keep hitting y'all with the content and let y'all know what's going on in hip hop. And we're going to keep this thing going because we're going from the United States, India to Russia, Africa, China. We're going to take over the world with this. South America, this not going to stop here. So thank y'all for y'all support and we're going to keep this going. So let's jump right into it. Hot Topic Monday. I think everybody know what we got to start off with. The biggest news in hip hop, which is P.Diddy and Cassie settling their case. Cassie last weekend filed a lawsuit against P.Diddy for allegations of rape, sexual abuse, sexual assault, and domestic violence. She filed a lawsuit for $30 million, which P. Diddy vehemently denied. His lawyer has spoken out and that he vehemently denied these allegations. And the day after the allegations, him and Cassie actually agreed on an amicable settlement, which is an undisclosed amount. So it's probably like an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement that she's not allowed to talk about, how much she's getting from the lawsuit. Cassie, made allegations of, everything from rape to domestic abuse to violent acts. It was really, really bad. Even allegations that, some artists, I think it was Kid Cudi, it said that his car was actually blown up, which there was a report that came out that Kid Cudi said, yeah, that's true. So Diddy and Cassie settled their suit. And he still vehemently denies that, this took place or anything like that happened. So first thing I want to say about this is that I am totally against any form of sexual abuse or abuse towards any woman or any person, Brad, but in particular, women and children. I'm against all of it. I don't support it. If there's an advocate, I'll be an advocate, and I'm totally against that. What I will say is this: yes, settling the case makes the lawsuit go away, but we need to be real careful. And I know Diddy is probably thinking the same thing: is that this probably not be over if the feds decide to pick it up. Case in point, we've seen what happened with R. Kelly. R. Kelly, allegations started out with a documentary. It wasn't even charges. it wasn't until after that documentary got out and it just garnered all this attention, which Cassie also garnered some attention. She got support from Aubrey O'Day and she got support from Azalea Banks. So I'm pretty sure he's thinking like, I got to make sure that I not only cover myself in a civil manner, but I cover myself outside of this. So I'm gonna just say this for people that think that this is just completely over. It's not completely over. The lawsuit might be over, but we just prayerfully hope that the feds don't come in and pick this up, because if it is, it's going to be really bad for Diddy. Hopefully, these allegations aren't true, and it could be, because it could be a really bad situation for it. Next thing we got to talk about is Funk Flex. Legendary DJ Funk Flex chimed in on the Diddy and Cassie situation after the lawsuit and put out a message on Instagram that said men that are 40 plus need to leave these young girls alone ASAP. I totally agree with Flex. I don't agree with a lot of things Flex says a lot of times, but in this case, he is absolutely right. Listen, this might sting some people. I'm not trying to offend nobody, but sometimes you just got to be real. When you are a man 40, 50 plus, messing with girls half your age or more than half your age, even if it's legal, you raise the eyebrows and put the eyes on you to be like, why is he messing with a girl or a woman that's young enough to be his daughter? If Diddy is, or anybody, not even just Diddy, if you 50 and your girlfriend is 20 or 21, 22, 23, you're gonna look like a perv in a lot of people's eyes, because why are you messing with a girl that is more than half your age? Yes, it's legal, but that doesn't make it morally right. People are going to look at you crazy. Now, you might say, well, I don't give a fuck what people think, but that's fine. You don't have to think what people think, have to care what people think. But always know, especially in this era with a lot of these females, young females that have come up in the digital era and the ones that, are trying to catch a lick, you as a male, trying to get with them to still feel like you could compete with these young dudes, and you're going to run into some problems, because now a lot of these women, especially with the Me Too movement and coupled with technology and social media, your life can be ruined just based off of your appetite for a young woman. So, I would just advise, and, if I was a guy, that was close to Diddy or somebody or anybody in that situation, I would advise, look, bro, pick from a different pool of women. It's not cool. You're gonna run into a problem eventually, So, I happen to agree with Funk Flex on this situation. Next thing we will get into, DJ Vlad is catching some backlash for, some criticism he gave to Andre 3000's new album that he just dropped, New Blue Sun. Basically, he was saying is that the numbers and streams that Andre 3000 is getting on this new album are significantly low from the Outkast music catalog that he's put out. Which, a lot of fans feel like, oh, who was Vlad to be saying something? He's a legend, this, that. Okay, Vlad, and this is what I think. I don't think what Vlad said was disrespectful, because the numbers are the numbers. If that's what Spotify's reporting, then that's what Spotify's reporting. But I think what we got to realize is that the Andre 3000 that we grew to love as a rapper, one half of Outkast, is no more. This Andre 3000 that we're getting with New Blue Sun is the musical space that he's in. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, most Outkast fans that grew up on him probably not listening to this type of music. They might support it because it is Andre 3000, but a lot of musical ears, that, came up on Aquemini and Southern Playalistic, they're not into this genre. They're into this style, which I don't have a problem with. I personally like the album. I grew to accept that this is the Andre 3000 that is here now. And I'll just, remember the Andre 3000 from Outkast that I became a huge fan of. But to me, also, I don't think numbers decide the artistic excellence of an artist. Now, the reason why I say that, because if numbers dictated whether you were great or not, then somebody might say, well, Nelly is a better rapper than Rakim because Country Grammar sold 10 million and Paid in Full only sold maybe 1.5 million. Which nobody is ever going to say that, but that's the logic you got to draw with people that only attach artistic excellence to numbers. I don't agree with that. But I don't think that Vlad was being disrespectful in his comments. I just think he's pointing out that the ears from Outkast aren't the same ears for New Blue Sun, which he's right, because a lot of these fans aren't into that type of music. Next, we're going to jump into Nore was on People's Champ, Talib Kweli's podcast, and he made mention that he was somewhat disappointed that Jay-Z did an interview about the Book of Hov with Gayle instead of taking it on a hip-hop platform, which now hip-hop is in a space where we can own everything and support our legends and put out content that will be beneficial to our culture. I actually do agree with Nore on this. I feel like Jay is in a place where he is so big and so monstrous that his voice and his presence on hip-hop platforms, be it Drink Champs, People's Party, $1 Million Worth of Game, hell, if he got to me, I would love to have my first interview be a Jay-Z interview. Any type of platform that hip hop, I think Jay-Z is so massive and powerful that he could actually, push the envelope for hip hop journalism to a place that it now is going to be able to compete with a CBS and an NBC and BBC and and Apple and all these, So I think I actually do agree with Nore. I don't think it was bad, but I just think, man, it would have been even cooler to see the Book of Hov being on Drink Champs or People's Party or $1 Million Worth of Game. So, or hip hop _4123. So, yeah, I do agree with Nore, but, Jay is Jay, and Jay does, what Jay does, and I still support him, and we still love him. But, yeah, it'd have been cooler to see it on a hip-hop platform versus, CBS. Next, we're going to get into 50 Cent. So, 50 Cent has now found a base for his new G-Unit television and film studios in Shreveport, Louisiana. Shout out to my people in Shreveport. I know some people down there. So y'all remember back in the day, 50 brought a warehouse, not even back in the day, I think it was early, it was actually early this year. 50 brought a warehouse that's 985,000 square feet to base G-Unit film and television studios. Everybody knows 50 been going hard with the media as far as film and television. So now it's going to be based in Shreveport, Louisiana. I think that's going to be a really, really big thing, because now that'll, give him a place to be outside of where, the normal production studios would be, whether it's Hollywood or even Atlanta. He's in his own space, and I think that'll probably bring more creativity, and it's going to bring jobs to the city of Shreveport. And I'm sure people are going to be flooding that studio trying to get a job. So shout out to 50 for that. I think that's a big deal. And the fact that he got a 985,000 square foot space, jeez, I mean, I can't even tell you. I've never seen 985,000 square feet, so, but I can just by those numbers, knowing math, that's really, really huge. Another thing we got to talk about is Snoop. Snoop did an ad campaign. Actually, no, he actually put out on Instagram, he kind of got everybody that he was giving up smoking and that people should respect, give him and his time, give him and his family time to respect their privacy, which turned out to be a ad campaign for a new fire pit that is smokeless. So if Snoop is doing, it's called the Solo Stove. So it's like a fire pit that you could sit around and it heats up like it feels like a real fire, but it's just smokeless. So I ain't gonna lie, Snoop got me because I was like, Snoop giving up weed? I don't think so. He just dropped the Snoop OG Kush, so I don't think that's gonna fly. But he got this Solo Stove fire pit that's actually coming out. So if y'all like smokeless fire pits and you like to be around like a campfire like vibe, that's definitely something you should support. Next thing we got to talk about is T.I. T.I. is now open affordable housing and development in West Atlanta for troubled and homeless youth. Is 143 apartments and 25 special units specifically for homeless youth. I really respect what T.I. is doing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of his music, but I respect the direction in which he's going. Even if he, like I think we discussed before, on Hot Topic Monday, he was talking about retirement. So if this is the direction that he's taking for retirement, hey, I salute it, man. That's a really big thing, to give back to your community, and you're buying back your community. So, shout out to T.I. for that, man. That's a really good look. Next, we got to talk about legendary hip hop artist Master Ace. He was on Yadamin Godcast, which is Lord Jamar and Rod Digger, two people I'm big fans of. And he basically was saying that they asked him about the landscape of hip hop, and he basically told them that there's a landscape of lazy rap fans, because everybody's always talking about what's the landscape or how do you feel about hip hop and what's the direction. And a lot of people always, run with the narrative, oh, it's whack, it's not good, there's no, good music out there, and, people not, really, appreciating the art form. But we said there's a lot of great music out there. You just got to get out there and look for it. And the fact is if you depend on radio to give you quality hip hop music, you're probably not going to get it from radio. So I totally 100,000% agree with this statement. And this is the thing. I understand that our generation, when I say our generation, us 90s hip hop babies that was born in the 80s, some of us have become our parents' generation, where we just trash everything that our kids, nieces and nephews, godchildren, little cousins even like. But what we forget is that when we were younger, our parents trashed our generation. I remember a time where, when I first heard Old Dirty Bastard, and my aunts was like, who are you listening to? And I told them what his name was. They were like, how does somebody even make music and his name, Old Dirty Bastard? I mean, that's his name. I mean, it was a metaphor that came from a movie, because there's no style to the type of music he was making. There's no father to the style, type of music he was making. So I respect the fact that, Master Ace, as a legend, somebody that's been in this game 30 plus years, come out and say, y'all fans today have just gotten lazy. You don't want to go out and look for good music. You just expect it to come to you, because that's how we always got it. We always depended on radio. We looked on cable TV when we had the box and, all these videos. But now that the internet is the great equalizer, it's giving you an even platform. It's really no excuse for you to find good hip hop music if you're still a fan of it. Now, if you're not a fan of it, then you're just not a fan. But there's too many great artists that are out here that I don't hear legends speak about. when I hear people like from the era of Melly Mel and Grandmaster Caz and KRS-One and, Curtis Blow, when I hear people from that era talk about what's not good in hip hop, I want to ask them, well, have you heard the artists that are good? Okay, you might not like, I'm just throwing names out there, like people might, that people, I've heard people say that they don't like, people might not like NBA Youngboy. They might not like Dirt. They might not like Cardi. They might not like Future. They might not like Gunna or whoever. But have you heard Griselda? Have you heard Nick Grant? Have you heard Mozzie? Have you heard G Herbo? Have you heard OT The Real? Have you heard who else? Big Crit. Have you heard RJ Payne? Have you heard Ito? Like, there's so many incredible MCs that's lyrical and spitting and actually talking about something that y'all got to get out there and look for instead of just trying to trash everything. Because when I hear people just trash everything, it just tells me y'all ain't done no research and you just turned into our parents' generation. So, yeah, that's the news for what's going on in hip hop today. We're going once again go into the chat and see who is on the building. Again, thank you, Lynette Stevens. You always come through. Yes, he settled so fast. Yeah, he did settle fast, and I understand that because that story was going to take a life of its own. Somebody as big as Diddy. A story like that or a scandal and an allegation like that can't sit too long. Because if you let it sit too long, if he wouldn't have settled, I think right now we probably would have heard even more women come out and say it just via the internet. We might not even be able to place a name or face, but that's just how the internet works today. Adrian Weddington, thank you for coming out. Appreciate it. Yeah, you're right, Lynette. The feds might pick it up. Like, this ain't over. One thing about today, especially with the Me Too movement and rich, powerful men, is it ain't over, Okay, let's see. Who else is in the building? Okay, got my man Wise in the building. What's up, bro? Appreciate it. Lower Paredes, thanks for coming through. My man Dre Robinson in the building. Thanks for coming through again. Let's see, Lynette, I guess Jay felt it was more beneficial. Yeah, he probably did think it was more beneficial because, CBS got a wider audience. But I still think, like, even if that audience, Jay is powerful enough where he could bring that CBS audience to a Drink Champs platform. So, I don't know. Okay, my cousin, Wayne Brooks in the... Thank you for coming out, cousin. Appreciate it. Yeah, ODB, definitely. Rest in peace. A legend. ODB is a one-of-one. There's, to me, like, he's one of those artists that's just in his own lane. There's nobody that can copy him. There's nobody that can mimic his style. Got Tariq Ware in the building. Appreciate it. Sharon Wise, thanks for coming through. Okay, I agree. Okay. See, Tariq. It's a lose-lose situation for him. What to stop more people from coming forward? Right. It's really nothing to stop other people from coming forward because even if he settled with Cassie, but yeah, there's probably, 15 other females, that'll come out and say he did the same thing to them, and, we've even seen in cases like R. Kelly, where you had, women and then some males came out and said he was, homosexual and did things to them, and there has been allegations of Diddy being homosexual. I don't know if that's true or not. Personally, I don't believe he's gay. But it's just a bad situation all the way around. But like I said, I agree with Flex. When you at Diddy's age, 50, 51, 52, leave these young girls alone. I don't care. Leave them alone. You got kids their age. You don't need to be playing in that pool. Okay? I will say, though, everything is all right up until it's not. So whether it's money, popularity, charisma, or power, don't let it cause you to demand certain things that are still not yours. Yeah, you're right. I agree. I mean, is she entitled to that money just because things didn't work out between her and P. Diddy? No, but we don't know really the story behind her and Diddy. So we just got to go with what's in front of us right now, because what's behind the scenes is at that level was just kept behind the scenes. A lot of times it just don't come out. But I mean, yeah, if it's not, she didn't work for it, she didn't earn it. But, like you said before, there's nothing stopping somebody else from coming forward. But again, to prevent all of that, I agree with Flex again. Stay away from that pool of young girls when you a man that age. I don't care if you're rich or not. So that's everybody that came out. I appreciate, everybody that came through for Hot Topic Monday. Again, I thank all y'all for supporting me to getting our podcast from the United States to India to Russia in a matter of 30 days. And we're going to keep pushing and hit some other countries. So if you haven't done already, hit that subscribe button on the channel, 410 Josh, hip hop _4123. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I will be back Thursday. I know that's the holiday. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking, and I need y'all to give me this idea, because I know everybody's, going to be with their family on Thursday. I'm thinking about combining just this week. I'm going to probably combine Throwback Thursday with Friday album releases. So Friday it's going to be it's going to be a flashback Friday along with that reviews and album releases, because I still want to give y'all all the content, but being that Thursday is a holiday and I know everybody's going to be with their family, I want to jam pack this with y'all. So y'all let me know. You can let me know now. Y'all can hit me in the inbox and let me know what y'all think. But until then, I will see y'all next go around. Thank you.